Hi guys, and welcome to this week's video tutorial. This will be the second board on the Elephant versus Pale Corner Cannon opening system from dubious positions and how to attack them. So without further ado, let us begin. Elephant opening, Pale Corner Cannon, proper horse, which is okay. Another commonly used way to develop red's left flank in view of c2 equals to 4, since black had played c2 equals to 4. Now h2 plus 3 would not be as good, because now red would not have the option of playing 9 equals to 8 to form a blockade if need be. Instead of h2 plus 3, black plays piece 3 plus 1 to inhibit the development of red's left horse, and also to allow his horse to be developed as a proper horse. p3 plus 1. Red shows that he wants to develop his right horse as a proper horse, and this will clear the lines, give it an open path for development. 2 plus 3, proper horse, 9 equals to 8, e7 plus 5. Unfortunately for black, in this game he developed his left elephant to the center for defense too early on, and this again would be the dubious move spot. So the suggested move would be to play r1 equals to 2 and not fear red's blockade. Continue h2 plus 3, h8 plus 7. If c8 plus 4, black can counter with p3 plus 1 to threaten the cannon. 6, and both colors will be pestering each other, and black would have still have a very playable game. But with e7 plus 5 overly conservative, and black did not develop the chariot, he would suffer a lot. So red will click h2 plus 3. So basically it will be a screen horse defense formation versus most probably the sandwich horse defense, as shown. h3 plus 4. A very timely move, and this would be the position of discussion for this board. The horse will command a focal point on the board and allow red to start his attack. This is a very powerful move, for if black played f6 plus 5 to try to develop his chariot, if red played a6 plus 5, black played a6 plus 5, red could play c2 equals to 4 to prevent the development of the chariot. So there are two main counters at this point in time. The first would be r1 equals to 2, the second would be r1 plus 1. So in variation A, r1 equals to 2 was played. Now at this point in time, developing the chariot as a foul chariot would be considered very late. If you were to look back on the development of the material thus far and backtrack the moves, we could see that black's earlier move of e7 plus 5 would seem to have been redundant, as it would not have any impact on the game, and instead it would severely hinder the development of black's right chariot at this point. So therefore, if e7 plus 5 were not played and r1 equals to 2 were played, black would have much more punch in his counter attack, and he could always take his time to develop his elephant e7 plus 5 later on. So because of e7 plus 5, black could not have the opportunity to play r2 plus 6 at this point in time, because red will now play c8 plus 4. Now black cannot move the horse to the riverbank now, because red's horse would have covered this intersection. So this would be a completely different situation as shown in this variation. Earlier, if h3 plus 4, this variation earlier, because now red's horse had not moved the riverbank, black could make this move and threaten to push the pawn to dislodge red's cannon. So, sorry, this can be seen. Now this position and the earlier position shown, there will be dramatic differences. a6 plus 5, black tries to develop the chariot as a kingside chariot. Of course, red would not allow it to do so. If it moved, it will be captured. And at this point in time, instead of r9 equals to 8, black could advance the chariot. Now this would seem to be a waste of moves, because red will simply push the capture the horse, but in doing so, it will allow black to fight for the initiative. Of course, red would not want to trade cannons, because this cannon is much more valuable than black's, and red would have to retreat his horse to capture the cannon. So red would usually play a6+5 to protect the cannon, and thus allow black to advance his cannon one step further and to trap the horse for attack. Now if he chose to play c8 -5, a possible line given would be this move is to prevent the edge horse, the elbow horse, and also threaten to capture the horse for equals to 3, 6 equals to 9, protecting the horse in this manner. As can be seen, both colors are fighting on this region of the board. H3+4, hoping to push the pawn forward. This would be to prevent red from capturing the elephant for discovered check and capture the black chariot. So red would have the initiative at this point in time. The cannons would be all over the place, attacking furiously, and red would have the initiative. So c8+5 is not a good idea. So with c8+1, black could threaten to the horse in this manner. r1+3, a very practical move in prevention of black c8 equals to 7. It would also allow red to push the pawn across the river to make further gains. Black plays c8 equals to 3, captures the pawn. Black further limits the black chariot. 6 equals to 8. 6 equals to 8 was to discourage other moves, and red will play p5+1, preparing to charge the pawn across the river, trade and capture for further attack. So red would have the initiative at this point in time, and this would be variation A. Now in variation B, black would play r1+1 to develop his chariot as a ranked chariot. This is another improvised move by black. He was trying to search for new solutions to answer his previously compromised position. But again, c2 equals to 4 will prevent black from moving to this file. Now this is a very timely move to make. If black tried to play c8+5 to try to gain material, a possible line would be, after trading, black would simply opt to trade horses and move his horse to safety. And after trading horses, black could have this move, very nice move, whereby the cannon will now be attacking the chariot, forcing the chariot away, capturing the pawn. And although red had more pawns, but it still have the slight advantage, but black could have started an attack, and the situation will be simplified. It would not be so easy for red to try to win, and coupled with the fact that black's material is rather developed, black's horse is faster than red's horse. This will not be an ideal situation for red. c2 equals to 4, timely move. c8+5 not advised. r9 equals to 8, sound. Since this file was already compromised, black would try to command this file, and with this move he would have the threat of c8+7 to deliver a check to attack. Now if we continue to play c8+3 as in variation A, a possible line would be counter, opt to trade, advance, +5 to try to gain material. I could now protect the horse in this manner, refusing to budge and still protect his pieces. If red retreated, the horse could advance to protect the cannon. Red tries to attack the pawn again, but there's a subtle change in the situation now, because the black chariot can patrol the riverbank and prevent this from happening. b5+1. For the next move, red can continue to attack with r3+3, and black's position will still be very uncomfortable. So c8+3 is not as good because of red's potential move of b5+1. c8+5, red continues, and black refuses to trade cannons. This would be an initial move in this board. This would be an essential move for red to gain material, and black tries to keep things complicated by refusing to trade cannons. c8 equals to c8+1. Attack, counter attack, check. h3+4. Now black cannot play c4 equals to 7, thinking that he could gain some momentum by attacking the horse, because the red horse will not budge and instead be very aggressive with this move, h3+1, threatening to capture the cannon and the chariot at the same time, forcing the chariot to make this move. But now this black chariot will be overloaded because it has to guard the horse, protect the cannon at the same time. So, and black could come up with this brilliant cannon fork, whereby the cannon would now threaten the chariot and the horse at the same time, and black will be in all sorts of trouble. h7+6. Another brilliant move, offering this cannon as sacrifice. Okay. And red will gain material in the process. 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2, 3. So that is why c4 equals to 7 would be a terrible mistake. c4+6. Again, the power of the pale corner cannon is seen here. This will actually be a pin. The black cannot move, otherwise the chariot will be lost. c8-2, threatening the horse, and red plays his moves very aggressively, sacrificing the horse in this with this move. Now, black can only play c4 equals to 3, so that his elephants will be linked. If not, red will be ready to capture the elephant to gain material. If he captured the horse, first black would gain material, and if black played c8 equals to 3, red will now gain back lost material and have a huge advantage in this position. Plus h7-9. Red's position is very active, and he can do many things, and he has very optimistic prospects in the game. So the main, again, as with the previous board, black's demise arose from his e7+5 for his fourth ply, a move that was played too nonchalantly, a move that was perhaps a bit out of habit. So let us go through the board from the eyes of black. Elephant, pale corner, p3+1 to inhibit and develop. 9 equals to 8, foul chariot, dubious move. Instead, r1 equals to 2 is recommended, so that if red would not have to fear any blockade, because the horse will be ready to attack the cannon. If h3+4, red will not have a chance to push the cannon across the river. Both colors will be pestering each other, and black would still be able to hold his own. 2 plus 3. So basically, screen horse versus sandwich horse. H3 plus 4, a very good move, commanding the focal point, preventing the horse from moving to the riverbank. Position of discussion. Variation A, R1 equals to 2. Applies a blockade. Red applies a blockade immediately since H3 plus 4 is not a possibility now. So black will start to feel the pressure. A6 plus 5, hoping to develop the chariot as a kingside chariot. Red disallows. Black tries to counter with this commonly used tactic, opting to trade cannons. Black's closed cannon for red's open and efficient cannon. 6 plus 5, A1 C8 equals to 1. If C8 minus 5, red will be all over the place with cannons, chariots all blazing. I1 equals to 3, hoping to push the pawn forward for further attack. C8 equals to 3, protect, push, attack, pressure. And because red had P5 plus 1, he could do many things at this point in time, and one possibility, P3 equals to 4 or P5 plus 5 as mentioned earlier for attack. Black's right flank is still severely congested and compromised, so red could take his time to attack with the horse, pawns, etc. Variation B, R1 plus 1. Instead of the foul chariot, red goes for the ranked chariot, hoping to try to find new solutions. Of course, R1 equals to 6 would appear to be the only viable intersection, so that is why red immediately plays C2 equals to 4. If he played C8 plus 5, too rapid, black will get a chance to develop his chariot. And one possible line would be that black would be able to put up some defense and still attack in this situation. 9 equals to 8. C8 plus 5. Instead of protecting, black tries to keep things complicated, but it would not be what he would have hoped for. C8 plus 1. Check. Check. Now if C4 equals to 7 played, red would gain material 1, 2, 3, 4 versus black's 1, 2, 3 major pieces and have more pawns. So basically this would be a winning position for red. C4 equals plus 6, pressure. The pressure on black's third rank is terrible. This move, red could also consider playing C4 equals to 2, so that the red could threaten the cannon. Taking the horse, pseudo sacrifice. In fact, black does not dare to capture, otherwise red will immediately gain back lost material and see a dramatic improvement in his position. 7 plus 9. And red's pieces at this point in time are very optimistic. One chariot pinning these two major pieces, the red horse inhibiting the development of black horse and also preparing to attack. A possible line would be to bring to the elbow horse for attack, etc. So this will bring us to the end of this board, and if you like the work that I've been doing, please do subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. Thank you.